É, tem aqui um novo gameplay. Espera aí. Gameplay da parte 2, State of Play. 4K, isto saiu agora.
I know you wish things were different. I wish things were different. Ellie! But they ain't.
Tá velho.
Please stop.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Se isto é in-game.
To do this smart, we'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
So they just get to get away with this?
How'd you find us?
E ele está bem da velho.
You can't stop this.
I want what you want. But not at any cost. I really hope you make it.
I have to finish it.
Os inimigos são sempre os humanos, mano.
There's a cost.
We could have killed you.
Maybe you should have.
Isto está dominado por zombies. Os inimigos são
I'm Neil
sempre os
Druckmann,
humanos.
Vice President of Naughty Dog and the director of The Last of Us Part 2.
Está muito mal.
We're just a few weeks away from launch on June 19th, when the game will finally be in your hands. The wait has been long, and we're extremely grateful for your patience, especially now in the midst of these unprecedented and challenging times. We hope you're all taking care of yourselves and that you, your friends, and your loved ones are doing well. Because of these extraordinary circumstances, we can't be together in this final stretch and share the experience like we usually would. So today we're trying something different. Something we've never done before.
Entrei mais.
Over the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to give you an in-depth look into what awaits you in The Last of Us Part 2,
Estou a ver bocado isto.
including new details about the gameplay experience and story. And to cap it all off, we'll be showing a never-before-seen, lengthy gameplay sequence. You'll definitely want to stick around for that.
Isto para já deve estar aí na headline a bombar com este jogo.
I don't know what happened.
Principalmente nas partes do mundo aberto.
Queres batata?
Was I
É
supposed
bem
to
o
take
open
her to the
world, mas as
Fireflies
partes
and
do
walk away?
ambiente. Acabou.
They were actually going to make a cure. The only catch, it would kill her.
The Last of Us Part 2 picks up Ellie and Joel's story several years after the events of the first game. Ellie and Joel have settled in Jackson, Wyoming, amongst a thriving community of
Queres-me buscar
survivors.
outra?
Não.
Então,
With the threats of the world kept outside the town's walls, Jackson has been able to
Queres-me
find
buscar
relative
outra?
peace and even stability. Ellie is now 19, lives on her own, and has been able to forge lasting relationships within the community.
Scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate our kiss from last
olha a
night?
fumar o charro. Já tinha visto essa parte. Isto
However,
apareceu logo.
This peace is short-lived.
Pô mais para trás. Esticar aqui as...
Jackson and Ellie suffer a violent and traumatizing event. Ellie sets off back into the treacherous outside world in search of retribution.
Também, já viste quanto tempo é que é preciso fazer um jogo
Her journey
destes?
will take her to new parts of the country
Eu acho que não é de
previously
propósito.
unexplored in The Last of Us.
Se calhar até pode ser.
The story spans multiple seasons and climates, from the snow-capped mountains of Jackson
Isto
to the lush
tem...
Pacific Northwest.
Agora
Each
tem 15
introduces
minutos.
a wide range of
Já passou
exterior
cinco.
and interior environments for you to navigate and explore, rendered in meticulous detail and unprecedented
bocado as
scale
pernas.
with
Yeah,
the latest
os últimos
iteration
cartuchos.
of the Naughty Dog engine. Our goal was to make these environments not only beautiful, but feel as grounded and authentic to the cities they're based on as possible.
Final da sim, não esqueça de dar. Que eu tenho que dar host.
Much of the story unfolds in what
Esqueça-me
remains of
sempre de dar
Seattle,
host a alguém.
a massive former quarantine zone. Its locales are incredibly diverse, spanning a dense city center with a skyline of towering high-rises to the beautiful suburbs and stormy waterfronts that surround it. The city exhibits drastic shifts in architecture, elevation, and weather. And with Part 2, we've introduced new traversal mechanics that afford greater exploration and ways to navigate threats. Ellie is not only able to climb and jump over gaps, but she can use ropes to scale vertical terrain or swing over obstacles, allowing you to discover new areas, resources, and side narratives. These more open environments also create new strategic considerations in combat, whether it's to get the jump on enemies or bypass them entirely.
Isto demora bem da tempo.
The Last of Us Part 2 features some of the largest environments we've ever created.
O primeiro saiu há
Horseback
quanto
riding
tempo?
will allow Ellie to quickly
aquilo.
cover some of these expansive terrains. Some streets are so flooded that a boat is required to navigate them. However, the world of The Last of Us is as lush and inviting as it is deadly. As Ellie uncovers the path to finding those who have wronged her, she must face the many threats of this unknown city.
2013. Será?
In the wake of the pandemic and the fall of the quarantine zone,
2013
Seattle has
que havia
become a
bastante.
war zone, where two warring
2013.
factions find themselves in an ongoing conflict for
13, yeah.
territory and
Estava a
resources.
pensar 2003.
One of these groups is the Washington Liberation Front, otherwise known as the WLF. The WLF are a militia group that began as resistance to the military occupation of Seattle and eventually wrestled control of the city from them. They are highly trained, organized,
Yeah.
and well equipped with
Els
weapons. and
humanos
skills
outra vez.
needed. They occupy much of the city, imprisoning or killing trespassers on site.
Hey, we got another trespasser. A girl. Did you see her?
É que supostamente eles aumentaram a inteligência artificial dos bonecos.
On
Nem
the other side of this bloody
debaixo das
conflict is
cenas
a group
estás
of religious
que
zealots
eles vão lá,
called
pegam-te
the
uma perna
Seraphites,
e tiram-te
or
para lá de baixo,
scars.
que eles olham para todo lado já.
defined by the self-inflicted deep cuts that they bear across
Para quem
their
gosta
faces.
de stealth, né?
Like the WLF, they're deeply tribalistic and territorial. They're known for being stealthy, using overgrowth as cover, and they use more silent weapons like bows and arrows.
Clip her wings.
Eu gostei de eu fingir com delay.
Estás com delay.
But beyond this conflict among survivors, the threat that originally brought the world to
Eu não sei
its
o que é que tem
knees
tanto delay.
is
Eu
very
meto
much
4
present.
segundos de
Every
delay,
human is
mas
Mas no
indeed
início
fallen
ainda estava com
victim
delay nenhum. Depois
to the
começaram a
infected.
ficar todos com
Ai,
delay.
como que era assim? O que é
There are
aquilo?
the recently infected runners, who are more numerous and aggressive in this game. The blind but extremely deadly clickers, and the stalkers, who sneak and hide until they're ready to attack, surprising their victims with extreme agility and brutal violence.
Apanhas uns cagaços aqui
The
nestas
Last of Us
partes.
Part
do
2
caraças.
introduces new stages of infected, such as the Shamblers. Large, heavily armored enemies that are covered in pustule. Upon getting close to you, they expel a corrosive spore cloud that burns its victims. But our most terrifying and lethal new forms of infected will have to wait until you play the game for yourselves.
Bem merda.
Overcoming these threats will require careful consideration of how you approach every
Eu tenho
combat
medo.
encounter and how you leverage Ellie's unique skills, equipment, and the environment to your advantage.
É a inteligência artificial.
The WLF patrol the streets of Seattle with guard dogs, which are capable of detecting and following you, even while
Olha
in
para
cover.
isto.
They can pick up your scent and alert their handlers to your presence. Listen mode will reveal your scent trail, so keep moving and cause distractions to avoid detection. 25 years after the pandemic began, the world is completely overgrown. Use tall grass to hide from enemies and go prone to stay out of sight. However, this form of analog stealth means you're never fully hidden. If enemies get close enough, they can discover you, even in grass.
Estás fodido.
When Ellie is overwhelmed, running away is a viable option.
Melhor jogo
And you can also break class or crawl through tight spaces to find new paths,
Era, né?
areas to evade, or take on your enemies. In any given combat situation, you can flee an encounter and re-establish stealth to regain the advantage. If you absolutely have to fight your way out, there are a variety of tools at your disposal. Ellie's more agile than most of her enemies. She can sprint and quickly dodge incoming attacks. Learning how opponents attack with different weapons and mastering the timing of your dodges will prevent you from taking damage and create
Parece
opportunities
que
to
estás a ver uma
counterattack.
cutscene.
You can use throwable items or well-placed shots to stun enemies before dealing a killing blow. Or using them as a shield to protect yourself or buy some time to figure out your next move.
Isto pôs a parte do stealth e
Ellie
essas
isn't always
cenas,
alone on her journey.
mesmo a barra lá em cima.
Allies will take part in helping you navigate the
Primeiro já
environment,
estava.
spot enemies,
Mas
and
a
meaningfully help you
inteligência,
in combat encounters.
a inteligência que deram aos bonecos puseram a barra lá em cima. É uma empresa do caraças.
Between the human survivors and the roaming infected, there will be times where multiple threats are present, creating new strategic considerations and opportunities. You can choose whether to attack these opponents separately and directly, or find ways to pit them against each other. Flee as they fight, or wait until their numbers have thinned out and engage with whomever's left. Our goal is to create unparalleled tension, coupled with deep systems that give you greater control and influence over your journey. As you play, you'll be able to invest in a broad collection of crafting items, weapon, and player upgrades through training manuals scattered throughout the environment and scavenging for ingredients. These skills and upgrade manuals cater to a variety of playstyles, and the choices you make will create your own distinct experience. We also wanted to extend that agency and personalization to your weapons through our new workbench system. Scavenge for parts to modify and improve your weapon's performance and attributes, all of which are visualized and become part of your character.
Só faltava era tirar o recurso da parte do comando. Que ninguém consegue, ninguém tira o recurso dessas merdas. E que é bem interativo. Mas ninguém
Survival
investe
will
nessa
also require
porcaria.
using the parts and ingredients that you'll find in the environment, which can be crafted into a wide range of defensive and offensive items, like proximity mines, explosive arrows, pistol suppressors, and more.
Yeah, tu estás cheio de cenas novas.
All of these gameplay systems are meant to immerse you in the world and make you feel in lockstep with Ellie's emotional journey. As we've said before, this is Naughty Dog's largest, most ambitious game. It may seem like we covered a lot, but we've only scratched the surface of what it's like to play The Last of Us Part 2. We can't wait for you to experience it all for yourself on June 19th. Until then, here's an extended sequence of never-before-seen gameplay. Enjoy.
Agora. Espera aí, é um trailer? Não, é gameplay! Isto é gameplay, meus amigos! Gameplay! Ubisoft, estás a ver, meu? Caraças, é tão difícil. Está a Naughty Dog, chupa Ubisoft! E tu queres?
Did you find her yet?
Escape while no one was looking. We're searching the area, just in case she's still around.
Isaac's not happy about it.
No shit.
É o Ubisoft.
Escape. What the fuck are they talking about?
E aqui tens diálogos constantes, mano. Em cada cena está a acontecer uma coisa, a personagem fala como se estivesse lá, não é? Não é só aqueles diálogos quando há cutscenes e merdas assim do género. Sempre. Faz parecer tipo que é um filme. Isto tudo é um filme. É o que faz parecer os jogos deles. Last of Us e o caraças, faz parecer que é um filme. E que são mesmo autênticas pessoas ali e tudo mais. Aqui o inimigo já o tinha com o ouvir. Ah, ele está a ouvir música. Ok.
Don't make a fucking sound. Hands up.
E aí a dizer merda. Já me calei.
Girl named Nora.
Já ia justificar, como sempre.
Where is she?
In the hospital.
We're in the hospital.
Yeah, they're clearing out the upper floors. She's somewhere in there.
Está a jogar a Nintendo? A Switch?
Stop.
É a Vita. Yeah, PlayStation. Ia ser um easter egg.
Good. I got my girl waiting for him for Bob.
You shitting me? They put you with Joe again?
Upstairs.
Hey, we get the job done.
I bet you do. Oh, this is not fair.
Eles começaram a trabalhar com a
I'm telling
PlayStation.
you, man.
Se pusessem ali a
Data
Nintendo.
It makes these shifts so much easier.
Sure. I'll keep that in mind.
Fuck. Sounds like scars are getting closer.
Hope that's our guys executing those freaks.
Hey, did you hear about we're all getting called up to the fob?
I heard that Isaac wants us to retake all of downtown.
I heard we might take the fight to them.
Oh, no way. Not after what went down last time. Even Isaac isn't that crazy.
It's what I heard.
É o silenciador dela.
Shut up. All right. Calm down.
Só que as munições são muito reduzidas.
Darling! Tiger is back! Taking tape from that way!
Por que é que ela quer o pau? Eu quero fetear ali.
Take the whole close-up. Someone's out there.
A deixada é porque este jogo tu tens que andar o jogo todo sempre a esconder. Sempre a fugir, sempre a esconder. A gaja parece tipo o Hitman. Parece um serial killer, tipo ninja, treinado para matar. O demolidor.
Just like that.
O arco e flecha é de uma das minhas armas favoritas nos jogos. Curto bem. É preciso skill e não faz barulho. É stealth. É bem da louco. E ali, ela tirou o carregador da cena. Bem da louco. Não podes é fazer barulho. Patol.
I'll go check it out. I got you covered. Holy shit!
Esta merda está tão fixe, meu. Olha para aquilo. Está tão fixe. Eu vou passar o jogo sempre assim. Caçadeira na mão. Tens que o matar. Ei, a putaria. Ficou em casa. Parece que estou mesmo a ver um filme, mano. Uma série animada, tipo. Parece que estou mesmo a ver aqueles filmes. É fantástico. Não há nada a dizer. É daquilo que é. Eu quero tanto jogar, mas eu sei que vou passar tão mal a jogar a isto. Olha a música. Easter egg?
Maybe if you posted more gardens, Abby would still be herself.
The fuck was Abby here?
I'm not stupid. You're gonna tell us where she went.
When Isaac talks to us about this,
I'm getting tired of this.
Nora. Nora! I'm not going down for her, man.
Não precisa de fita cola.
Don't scream. Put that shit down.
Pessoas.
Oh filho, deixa a droga, velho.
You remember me?
Okay. Oh. Mika.
Yeah. You remember me.
Nossa senhora. Muito bom. Bate palmas. Bate palmas, amor. Bate palmas. Isso. Bate palmas, Arthur. Os direitos. Aqui não há direitos, mano.
estás no chão.
Que lindo, meu. Lindo, lindo, lindo. Lindo, lindo. Eu ficava aqui a ver agora até... Estava a ver um filme, mano. Eu estava a ver um filme, uma série, uma cena qualquer. Que lindo.